Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk Pause with M and B. I am M,
And I'm B.
and you're all gonna be wondering, where have you guys been? Well, we've been here planning a lot of things, putting things together, you know, trying to connect some, pieces, the pieces of the pods or the puzzles,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And one thing I need you guys to know is that we have been cooking behind the scene for a while now, and we have been trying to make a lot of things work, especially with the the podcast, the foundation, our foundation, which will be
Mhm.
introducing to you guys officially. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna let B introduce us to our foundation, tell us about it in just a nutshell. But before she does that, I want us to talk about a little controversial topic today, you know and one of those things we want to talk about today is ingratitude. That's what's coming to my
Mm.
mind. Ingratitude. It's sad. In fact, in the course of our explorative time and reaching out to people, we stumbled on some findings, and we realized that sometimes it's not the government, it's the people. In fact, the government reacts to people's actions and
Yeah, true.
acts of ingratitude. Don't get me wrong. There shouldn't, of course, they say as a leader, you shouldn't be emotional, you should not be sentimental, you should try and be professional. When the whole thing comes on
Mm.
more, let's be honest, it is not that simple. It's not as simple as we think it is. It's just by the grace of God. In fact, when you have a good leader who is in power, trust me, one thing, just one action, one miserable action that someone can take can turn that kind man to an evil person.
Yeah,
But that's not
true.
what I'm going to be hammering on. So let's talk about ingratitude. Why is it
Mm.
so hard to be appreciative?
Mm. True.
I mean, B, do you have something to say about this?
I think when people are, ungrateful, I think they're just, what's the word? Um, just, it's like they're expecting it. I think it's the kind of attitude of like, well, this is what I deserve, or
Hmm.
do you know
Like,
what I mean?
like is my right, you know?
It's my
Like,
right.
yeah,
Yes. Like, well, I
I
deserve
earned it.
this.
Yes, I deserved it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not grateful, I mean, you don't think about those kind of people don't think about that. There's,
Yeah.
you know, when
You
when
know,
they do receive something and,
yeah.
they don't realize that those people that are gifting or whatever or giving
Mm.
their time, they don't realize and they don't think about the backstory, what it took to get to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those kind of people, I find them a bit selfish too. So, um,
I mean,
what can you say to that?
in the scope of what we're talking about right now, I think one of the major
Mm,
things I've observed about this thing called ingratitude is that it
mm,
is not hereditary,
no,
it's not something you can blame the parents for entirely. I
mm,
mean, the parents can always teach you. I mean, most of us, we for the ones who are Christians, we go to church, right?
mm,
And we listen to the word, we learn the word, we hear what God says we should be, you know, grateful for the things we have, thankful and
yeah,
grateful.
exactly.
And that
Yeah,
applies to you and the people around you. When someone who does not owe you anything or who doesn't
mm,
have any connection with you decides to bless you,
yeah,
they expect, in fact, let's be honest. Yes, God said we should show love to the people, to the world, show love and kindness to the world, right, to
mm,
people out there. But
mm,
trust me, God also expects you that is receiving to be grateful.
yeah,
He expects
exactly.
you that he said, "Blessed is the hand that giveth and the one that taketh." So you that is taking, knowing that
Mm,
the blessing you're receiving is not your right. It doesn't even
yeah,
come with the gift you're receiving doesn't come with an actual blessing. It's like
yeah,
somebody is blessing you. You should understand that you have to tap into that blessing by being
yeah,
grateful. You have to also tap into receiving a kind of, I said, I don't take this kindness for granted. Thank you. No
Yeah.
matter, even if it's not what you need at that point in time, that somebody thought about, see, I need a phone. And then someone gives me, um, what should I use? Okay, I need a laptop and someone gives me a phone instead.
Mm.
I think I should be grateful.
Yeah.
Or I'm using a BlackBerry phone, an iPhone, and someone gives me a BlackBerry, an old BlackBerry.
Mm.
Not to spite me, but because that's what that person could afford, or maybe that's what the person has to
Yeah.
give. I should be
Exactly.
grateful.
Yes, definitely. And the thing is that I don't know. I think it's common sense to really think about what that person went through. It's not like if I'm going to give you something and then I'm saying, well, I had to go through this, I had to go through that. I'm not
Exactly.
going to be doing that because that's not how you
Exactly.
give,
Exactly.
but the receiver as common sense, which not many people have these days, they don't. Um, it's just common sense to kind of think about far out. They must have, uh, maybe spent the last $50 they had just to gift me. It's just things like that, it's just common sense. And people don't realize that. And you
See,
shouldn't have to say it.
the level of entitlement that baffles me the most is when
Mm,
you give someone something and the person does
mm,
not appreciate you, and then you
mm,
voice out your emotions
mm-hmm.
and say, oh, I felt like this person was not appreciative of what I did. I felt
Yeah,
like this person is not happy that I did this. And instead
yeah,
of the person to say, oh, I'm sorry that I don't know if this is how you felt about it. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Trust me,
mm,
it was nothing like that. I'm sorry if
mm,
you got that wrong impression. Some of them
yeah,
go as far as abusing you. In fact, telling
mm,
you what is it? What is even this thing you give to me that I should come and thank
yeah.
you?
Throwing it in your
What
face.
what is this rubbish you give to me? You know what? In fact,
Yeah,
have it back. And
exactly.
you look at yourself and now ask yourself one question: did this just happen, or am I
Yeah,
am I
exactly.
dreaming?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that the whole world is dancing to this direction. The whole
Mm,
world is moving to this. Now, whatever we are saying, yes, could have been inspired from an event or anything that has happened in the past, possibly. But trust me,
mm,
this is just to bring us to the light of the truth. Whether the giver is right or wrong, the
mm.
giver was given with intention to bless you, not to curse you.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
giver was given with the impression to add to what you think you already have since you feel entitled.
Mm,
Giver did not give it to someone else. The giver did not think of someone else at that point in time. The giver thought about you and
yeah,
your your
yeah,
your existence. The person
exactly.
put away his own comfort or her comfort to bless you. There are
Mm,
ways to show back that appreciation. You not go
yeah,
figure. You can't come and be telling me take back what you give me because say I help you. Are you crazy? Sorry to say, but are you
yeah,
crazy? It's
yeah.
it
And
hurts that I see
yeah,
people
I
display this all the time. Sorry,
mm,
B, go
no.
ahead.
No, and the thing is it going back, it's just when you receive this kind of, behavior, then the giver that could be someone that was so giving at one point, and because of
Yes.
these kind of reactions, it's they
My
stop giving.
goodness.
And
My
then you
goodness.
get people saying, but that person was such an, he or she was such a giver, open hand, didn't even think twice to want to bless someone. Why are they like this now? Well, because of these ungrateful people.
Exactly. And
It's
that
the
is why I said sometimes the government cannot be blamed when they do some things they
yeah,
do. Now we
exactly,
understand.
exactly. It's
Ah,
education, I think, in the end. I was brought up with always be grateful for what you're given,
yeah. Yeah.
and even, because it comes out as being rude.
And the child decides to
That's
take the
true.
wrong step. That's on the child.
Yeah, that's
When
true.
the child becomes an
That's
adult,
true.
though, don't get me
An
wrong. The
adult.
moment
That's what I was gonna say.
the moment the
Yeah,
child becomes an adult,
exactly.
and
Mm,
you have done everything according to the will of God to raise that child. I
yeah.
mean, the prodigal son that left the father's house. You can't tell me the man did not raise him well, but he chose a
That's
path.
true.
And that part
100%.
led to something that is not so palatable for him. He had to, what's the word? He had to return home to make
Yeah.
amends because he realized that path he chose was the wrong path.
Yeah.
But
True.
did he choose the wrong
True.
path? Yes, he did. Now, in
Mm-hmm.
this case, that brings me to what I'm about to say now. Yes, we have
Mm.
talked about the whole negative aspect of being ungrateful, the act of ingratitude. Now,
Yeah.
this is the part where, on a lighter mode, I would like to say to people who are blessing people, please
Mm.
don't stop, regardless of
Yeah.
the vibe you get, regardless of the negative responses you
Mm.
get. Don't stop. Take this from people
Mm.
who have gone through some experience that, that we never thought. In fact, this
No.
experience cost us a lot of things.
Yeah.
It cost us um our emotional stability at some point. It cost us
Yeah.
stress, mental breakdowns. It cost us funds. That I mean,
Yeah. See, we wouldn't, and we shouldn't even have to say that,
we we are brought. Sorry, but we have to bring it up here because a lot
Yeah.
of people out there who might be feeling the way we're feeling right now might be out there
Mm-hmm.
too. That's why we talked about
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah.
This is what our podcast is all about. Real talks. No, we're not here for jokes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
one thing you need to know is if you're a giver, if you're somebody who loves to bless lives, if you're somebody who wants to empower people,
Mm-hmm.
and you've started a journey, don't quit because one out of the millions has chosen to be ungrateful, to be
Exactly.
selfish. Please, even that person that is selfish, it might not be that person you're blessing, it might be somebody else who is connected to the person, or it might be somebody.
Mm.
Please don't give up on people
Mm.
unless they ask you, don't help
True.
me anymore. I don't want your help. Stay away from my family.
Mm.
Stay away from me. Don't give me anything. I don't need your assistance. So
Exactly.
that's a different thing. But if you find yourself to still want to bless people not for them, but for the calling in your life, for God's
Yeah.
work to keep moving on. That's why we are
Mm.
Christians. God expects us to be perseverant. God
Yeah.
expects us to keep pushing on, keep blessing
Mm.
souls, keep helping lives.
Mm.
And this goes to all givers. God
Mm.
says, blessed is you that gives than he that receives. So keep blessing.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
And
And for the
and I mean,
leaders, yeah, okay. I'll
no, you're
continue
right.
from there. Oh, I'll continue from there. Go ahead, please. No, no, no. Let's take our
And
time.
the thing is that I think we should also, think about how you, like, I completely agree what Em's saying. Continue to give. I mean, let's go back to the word you were talking about, the word, and there was in one when Jesus healed, was it the lepers? I forget how many there were, and they all were healed, right?
Mm.
And there was one that came back, one
One to
that
come
was
and get.
grateful, that said
Yes,
thank you. And Jesus
yes,
even said, where are
yes,
the others?
yes,
Wasn't there more? Didn't I heal
yes.
more?
So
He blessed all of them.
even
He
even
healed all of
Jesus,
them,
even Jesus,
but just one.
even
So
Jesus
it's even
understood and wanted that
exactly. That's what I
acknowledgement.
mean. Even the Son of God had to go through an ungratefulness, you know. Even Jesus had to go through that. How much more? I
How
mean,
much
my
more,
goodness,
man?
that's why I say when God is God, God is God.
I'm coming down. I
And
don't want.
yeah,
I have a lot
so
of things to say, but I'm coming down. I'm just coming down. I'm just coming down. I did
I'm
calm
trying to
down.
break the
You know
I'm trying to break your cycle, yeah, because if I don't come in, he's just gonna keep going.
exactly, exactly. And also, also, if you are a government personnel, you're working in a government parastatal, and you're
Mm,
not blessing lives, you're wrong. If you are using the
mm,
system and the outcome of events that happened to you probably in the past based on the times you were good, you thought you were good, and you now decide to be bad or to do bad to the society, you're wrong. Because if
mm.
that's the case, the Bible says Christ says, when one offends you, you should forgive them 70 times 7 times, right? 70
Mm-hmm.
times 7 in a day. So how many times will somebody offend you? Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
we carry these grudges over, and then we end up using it to give and implement false laws that do not actually apply to the system, things that would end up destroying the economy, bringing down the country's economy instead of boosting it. We start being selfish, we start being self-centered, we start spending money on irrelevant things just to spite the people, because if you feel the people are not on your side anymore, you're wrong. You're very wrong.
Yeah.
Restrain and retract your steps. Please redirect and rechannel your mindset to blessing people. There's a lot of joy and peace of mind when you're a blessing than a curse. When you're a blessing, you can sleep well at night. Sir, when you're a blessing, you can walk freely on the street and go and chop pomo, corn, and people will see you and hail you and carry you on the head. Sir, that feeling is priceless. No matter the amount of money you have, if you're working with 200 soldiers, one day one of those soldiers will shoot you on the head and kill you and you will die. But when you know that you when you know that you have the confidence of a bold lion, you can walk around, do whatever you want, cheer people up, carry those babies on the street. When you have an explorative and a relative mentality to reach out to people in public settings, sir, your mentality will change automatically. Am I speaking of what? Well, that said, I will not go too far.
That said,
ingratitude is a virus that needs to be eradicated. So say no to ingratitude and say no to lesser, blessings and giving. Say yes to consistent gratitude, consistent appreciation. Be humble. Be humble. Be humble and do not take any kindness for granted. There's a reason for it. I think I've said all that I can say.
In saying that, let's let's get to the okay. So how we've been talking now, been giving and giving and giving. As me and Em are people that we want to bless. This is something that we've always believed in since we started, from the beginning when we met, in our relationship. And so we've always agreed that we're givers and we want to be blessing. And so God had led us into a journey, giving Em an idea, a vision of starting an NGO. And so we want to present that from, the 20th of July? We
11th of July. Yes, carry on.
I'm sorry. We started our very own non-profit organization, the Ameifule and Astudillo Empowerment Foundation.
Hey. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. To empower, and we put that into our name because that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to obviously start in Nigeria, wanting to empower people, wanting to help, wanting to bless in a way that people can be independent and be able to get out there. And we're really focusing at the moment on children and adults with a disability. And so we want to reach out because we know that out there's people living with disability and they don't have the help that they need. They don't have the medical accessibility and all those things. And this is what our foundation is about. I mean, we have so many ideas for our foundation, but this is it. And we've been able to go out outreaches. We've been able to spread the word. We've been able to do food reliefs and medical care. We have a medical team. God has blessed us with people in our foundation that are absolutely amazing. We with starting from our, how I said, medical team, from our media team, our photographers, our videographers, what else? Our nurses. What else, my love? Help me out here.
We have a lot of
And we have,
professionals.
yes, we
Let's
have
keep it like
so
that.
many people that, so many people
Yeah.
that are a great asset to the foundation.
Foundation,
And we have
yes.
our executives, we have our
Yeah.
CEO, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Amazing
And so
people.
we have been
We have our, we
able to
have
spread the word as much as we can.
we have the best
And
team in the world. Yes.
we do. I can say that very proudly. We're so proud of our team, and it's
Word.
growing, and we are believing that God will be using the foundation to
Greatly.
be able to help those in need,
Word.
to be able to bless, the communities
Word.
in Nigeria and all of
Diaspora.
Africa. And doesn't matter how big God wants us to get, we're going to be there. We're going to
We
be in
are
the nitty gritty.
ready. We are
We are
ready.
ready to work. So that's what we've been doing. That's
Yes.
what we've been preparing. And that's why we've been so MIA with the
Well,
pods.
sorry
So
about
we
that.
do
We
apologize.
we couldn't
We
help it.
do apologize. Yes, it's taken time and effort and prayer. Oh my goodness, so much
Yeah.
praying,
Yeah.
because we want to do it not in a way that it's ourselves, but it's for God's glory
Yeah.
and God's honor. So
Word.
it's always the foundation putting God first, which is awesome. I mean, we're not here to Bible bash people. No, that's not
Yeah.
what we want. Because we are willing and wanting to help everyone. Doesn't matter what religion you're from. We want to help,
That's
and
all point.
so yes, and so this is why, and started the conversation of ungratefulness and things, because we have unfortunately have come across,
Come on, beat me. I'm in my house. I said it.
no, please don't. That's my husband right there.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. To be
you'll be
honest,
found with me
yes.
anyway. So
Okay.
this is why, sorry, just to finish up, this is why, I was saying, we have unfortunately come up with ungratefulness. And hey, look, it's part of it. It's part of the whole journey, but we're willing to continue giving, to be givers, with God's help, to continue to give, to bless someone's life. And so, yes, that's it. That's the announcement that we've had. I mean, we're excited. We're excited
You are
that
dancing, Avi.
we're able to start this.
I just want to be dancing, man. That's it.
We're excited. So
Yes, we are.
it's something that, when M presented it to me, I said to him, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a blessing. I mean, I'm a support worker myself.
Word.
And I work with obviously people that are disabled, and not just physically, mentally, everything. So it's in my nature to always wanting to help.
Word.
And so when M presented this vision and God had given him the idea, I was like, yes, you don't even have to ask me twice. I am on board. Yes, how do we start? What do we do? And oh my goodness, it's been a journey, coming up with a name, coming up
Yeah.
with a logo. We've spent countless hours preparing for moments.
A
We've
lot.
been able to already, we've
A
had
lot.
an outreach, so we were able already to, bless a community, which was amazing. We were able to bless a small child, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And so we've been, slowly growing, and we
We've
have
been
so
busy.
much. So
We've been busy, yeah.
we've been busy. We've been busy.
So sorry that we
We've
haven't
been
been carrying you
busy.
guys along for a while, but hey,
Mhm.
we're here. We're here.
Exactly.
And by the grace of God, we'll be doing more of
Hmm.
this. One of the reasons too why we can't
Yes.
be up and running all the time, we're trying to measure up the whole podcasting and thing, is that we have other things that is all really taking our time, a lot of time. But now we will, because of you guys, we have to find a way to schedule and
Yes.
make it more
And we
consistent.
didn't forget about you guys. That's the thing. We
Never,
didn't forget about you. We were
never,
constantly, there'd be weeks, it's
never,
like
never,
the podcast, we need to
never, never,
podcast,
never.
So we didn't, we did not forget about you guys.
Nope.
Real Talk Pods is still on TikTok and still on YouTube.
247.
So yes, exactly. So it was just one of these things that something would always come up. Something was just like, okay, we have to do this first. This is our priority. He's on a roll.
I'm on a
He's on
roll.
a roll. He's on a roll. He's excited. I'm
I
excited.
missed you guys. That's why. Yeah, I missed you guys a lot. So please,
Yeah.
in order to conclude, because we have to run another errand. So don't forget, this is no joke. This is real talk. And please, by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And if you have questions, feel free to type them on the comment sections and we'll answer all your questions accordingly. And please make sure you stay grateful. Once again, this is Real Talk Pulse with M and B, and I am M.
And I'm B.
That's my girl. Yeah. And yes, please also feel free to go and check out our page on Instagram. That's Tay Foundation, where you can see, you can have a little glimpse of what we've been doing and how far we've come. We are always ready for you guys. We're here to bless lives, and that's what we care about. I don't care about the outcome that comes with it or the drama that comes with it. I'm only interested in making sure that we bless life. And one of the things we need to know too is that we also, give empowerment in the area of education and skill acquisitions, not just blessing kids, but we are out here for the public in big time. And this thing's gonna happen when we don't have the right stakeholders and the right shareholders and the right donors, rather. I said donation givers, donors. Yeah, if we have the right donors, I'm sure we'll have everything we need to run. But for now, it's just I and my wife doing what we can, and we're grateful to God for what we've achieved so far, and we'll keep doing more.
Yeah.
We're not just talking and just talking. We are talking our do's. We talk and we do, All right. I love you guys.
We're doers.
Yes, we're doers.
We're doers.
And with the help of God, we've come to stay. Thank you once again. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.